Surprise, Mr. Damien.
Surprise, Mr. Harley.
Surprise, Miss Alex.
Danke.
I'm Surprise Synopses. Welcome to our podcast of the same name.
I'm Harley, and we pick a trope.
I'm Alex, and then we get it out of a hat and do a thing.
Genre out of a hat.
Don't tell me how we do it.
This is how we do
We
it.
pick a trope out of one
listen.
hat, and then we each pick a genre out of a second hat, and we each make a little thingy of a movie thing. But it doesn't really tend out to be like the synopsis of a movie. It tends to be like an expanded version of a movie. It'd be more like
A surprise summary.
it'd be like an expanded summary or like a pitch. It's more like a pitch. We're pitching these
A
movies.
surprise plot summary.
Yeah, surprise pitch.
Basic pitch.
A sudden pitch.
All right, someone pick a trope.
It's too late to rename the podcast.
Don't tell me what to do. Yeah, someone went up to me. They're like, "It's not a synopsis. It's like a pitch." I'm like, "Yeah, but we S&S, you know."
Yep.
Die mad about it.
Yeah, fight me.
Okay, this episode, it's another one of Harley's incredible.
Fuck you,
Well, then-
buddy.
Is there any left of what I wrote?
I
There's
did
one-
our work
It's
for
not about
us.
the typing. It's just about like there's a lot.
I'm helpful. There's a title, there's a description, and
There's
some
one
examples.
left that I wrote, so anything could happen Friday.
Okay,
I kind of hope that comes out.
I'm gonna help us all out.
Die mad, Damien.
You just stole my line. Frame job.
Like a rim job, but a frame.
No, it's a frame job. You know, like someone gets framed.
Like someone got rim jobbed.
But there's a helpful
Frame
explanation
job
text,
erotica.
Damien, that gives you a succinct summary of
No,
this.
it's okay.
Read it, Damien.
Oh. Somebody is set up for a crime they didn't commit. Will the frame seal their fate, or will they slip the conspiracy? E.g., who framed Roger Rabbit?
Mm-hmm.
The opening.
Say it.
That's the name of your porno. The opening of the frame job.
The opening of 2017 Murder on the Orient Express.
Am I wrong?
What is that?
You really ran out of ones after Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like, Google movies with the word frame in it. Okay. There's one bit in Orient Express.
And yet I am correct.
You're correct, but in what cost?
Okay, what other films have frame jobs?
Well, I
in them?
couldn't think of any, clearly.
I can think of a bunch of different pornos that have rim jobs.
Oh yeah,
Can't
go
think
on.
of any frame. Oh, don't put me in the spot. I don't know. Mature pissing.
That seems off genre for that activity.
You don't know what they're doing.
That's
up
your-
there.
that's
They
your
can only
go-
piss for so long. It goes for 38 minutes.
38 minutes.
That's your go-to. Like, I'm not here to judge, but that's
I judge you poorly.
What can I say? Big Mouth really influences me. I guess regular pissing just got boring.
So, Damien,
Don't touch the heater.
don't slap the heater.
Heaters are hot. Cough in your own space. Is your hand okay? Do you need ice?
oh my word. Oh, I'm having a turn.
Turn down for what?
Struggling, just struggling.
I guess regular pissing. Shit. Wow.
Luckily, we tag these as explicit.
And how?
Oh boy.
So, Damien, before you got distracted, name some other frame job movies. You salty, scurvy sea dog.
Set for a crime they didn't commit.
I feel like a lot of the James Bond, or at least one of the James Bonds, is where they like blame him for doing something, and he goes and like figures out who really did it to clear his name. Or like movies similar to James Bond.
Yeah, I
Sort
mean,
of
Mission
false flag
Impossible
attacks.
So like
is
that.
like that. They,
False
at the
flag.
start, they frame him for.
Yeah.
crime
Anything
they
where
commit.
I feel like a lot of spy movies can use that trope.
Yeah.
Slash porns.
Jeez.
James Bond, 011.
I think the movie Bank Job.
Lady, you're gonna kill me. I'm not sure I can survive another mature pissing joke.
I think
Well, that's good because I don't have any more.
the movie Bank
already
Job
went.
was one of these,
True.
but that's based on the DVD cover, which I bought and I don't think I actually watched. But it
Of the,
says
like,
they got
porno.
framed.
Yeah, I feel bad for kids who had to like buy porn.
No,
or,
it was
like,
just
steal
a
their
regular
kids.
movie.
Oh, okay. I wasn't really listening, but I'm like, it's so much easier for kids now to just watch porn on the internet.
Yeah.
They had to like either go into their dad's bedroom or like full go down to the store and like be exposed. Like all they need now is an iPad and like some
An
confidence.
internet connection.
Yeah. Like, where's the imagination?
So-
Where's it gone?
Any frame
man,
movies?
We had
there?
like one friend that we would just like really peer pressure to like steal their dad's like penthouses.
Yeah.
And we're like, that was the only supply in school. That was it.
You got a
That's a
page
real
for
good
50
lesson.
cents.
Yeah, full. It was like you had to buy it for like real like small change, like per page.
Good lesson in economics.
I guess so.
So, no other frame job examples there, Damien?
Not that I feel like I should say at this point. I want to say.
So
one.
I'm up 2 and you're none then? So my examples were helpful then?
Oh, okay. Well,
I had one.
Is it porn again?
No, I
No, it
said
was the James Bond one.
I said Mission Impossible.
You said that, you heater stealing thief.
What? I said it.
No, I said it first. You just expanded on it.
Well, Harley can listen back to the episode and he'll drop in the right answer in 3, 2, 1.
It was Alex.
Wow, how good to be vindicated as right. It was Damien.
No, it wasn't.
Damien did say it, but I'm going to edit it so Alex is right.
Because
Because I'm presently having this discussion with you. So
This is the real deal with the devil.
What about
no.
the,
It's the frame job. I'm framing you.
Oh,
Get it?
I get it.
See, that's another
But
example.
actually,
That's
was right.
three-
What about the Apollo 13s or whatever? No, sorry, it's the
What?
where they
Fuck you.
they
man.
go into it's like a bunch of movies in a row where they like steal money from
Oceans.
Ocean's 11 and stuff.
Yeah, it's more of a heist. I don't think they
they're
frame
not-
people.
I haven't really.
They
I've
do a
seen,
little bit
like,
of framing
one.
at the end sometimes where they're like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe this guy that we don't like done the crime.
Okay, yeah, well. Meh, meh.
All right.
You
Well,
took the easy ones. Who framed Roger Rabbit? I feel like it's in the sentence. It's in the word thing. Have you seen that? Is that the cartoon?
yeah,
It's
I
the Fox?
love that movie.
No, what's the Fox one?
What? Fox.
The Incredible something of Mr. Fox.
The
Oh,
Fantastic
Fantastic
Mr.
Mr.
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah,
It's not a frame job. It's a heist.
haven't seen it either.
Haven't seen it.
Meep, meep.
All right.
Okay, we're going to need some genres. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Is that what I sound like to you?
Yep.
Yes.
How? You don't listen to me.
Good point.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh.
Case made.
Objections sustained.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Erotica?
No. When I
Mature pissing.
when I checked through these genres earlier,
The thing is that it looks like it starts with an M.
this one, well, it does. I realized that this one was missing from the genre pool.
Framed for mature pissing.
And so I had to add this one back in.
Grandma.
Grandma.
Oh, yeah.
Musical dance. Well, that's your problem, not ours.
Musical
Musical
slash
slash dance.
That is not ideal for anyone ever. All
right. So we meet Frederick Phillipson. He's putting on his wig and powder, and he's going on the stage. Is Broadway an actual physical stage? Or is it just a concept?
It's a district.
He goes on at the main theatre, the biggest theatre at Broadway Street. And he's doing his big opening number where he's the lead actor in his musical. And he's been like, I'm the guy who did the thing, listen to me sing.
Uh-huh.
And as he's coming off stage, the crowd starts clapping, and then everyone goes out for their bows.
Mm-hmm.
But then the woman who plays his love interest in the movie is killed by one of those falling sandbag things.
Oh.
Yep. And then the music strikes back up, and then there's a cop in the audience who comes up, and we break into song about he's going to investigate who done it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yep. And
A
so
musical about making a musical original.
I can't tell if that's genuine or disingenuous.
Always disingenuous.
You've got me again. You've bamboozled me, Alex.
Damien's so disappointed.
I
He's
can't
moved away
realize
from
I
the
got
microphone.
got.
I was burping.
Everyone's burping. It's too many bubbles. How many? Is this our fourth? Or our
Fifth.
fifth? Wow,
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
us go.
Yeah, we really need to do this more often so we have a backlog again.
Well, let's listen back to it and
I'll
see
see
how
you
we
guys
feel.
tomorrow
Like,
night for another 5.
Let's not be like, yeah, this is the best way to make podcasts.
Yeah, everyone's like, what the fuck happened here?
And so the main guy goes backstage and is like, fuck. Everyone's going to think I done it because I told her she was fired.
Yes, please do the whole song. That's such a pitch / synopsis, is when you write out the whole song.
I'm here for the song.
Don't encourage him.
Shut up, Alex.
I've got a time frame to go home.
And
Oh, I see how it is. Well, you can make yours as short as you like.
I'm not leaving him in the car.
I'm here for lyrics.
Ugh.
and he opens up his drawer to get
Tell
his...
Alex to circle the block.
There's a roundabout. He can drive around it 3 times legally. So he opens...
Fair. Now you know my off button.
He opens his drawer to get out his phone because he's in his stage
And
clothes.
he's mature pissing.
And Jesus Christ. Come on,
Spit back
Damien.
in the cup. Spit back in the cup. He spit back into his cup. He spit
Yeah,
his drink
no,
into his
I
cup.
know she's needling you, but you should have the internal fortitude to keep your drink down, sir.
You've done it way worse than that.
Yeah,
You
no, I
spat all
actually
over
spat
the
on him.
carpet.
Got me by surprise. Also, you spat on me.
Yeah, I know.
And didn't edit it out. Like, didn't have the good grace to be like, nah, people don't need to know about
You
that.
didn't tell me to edit it out. You heard that episode ahead
No,
of
that's what
time.
people want to hear, is the spitting on people.
You did not,
This
I
audience
posted that
opens
episode
at
for your
pissing, but
guys'
mostly
notes,
into spitting.
and neither of you told me to edit it out.
Like I would ever.
So it stayed in.
My numb bit of my knees really itchy. I can't scratch it because that button in my knee went numb.
So he opens up the drawer to grab his phone, but inside his phone is missing, and there's a large serrated knife, and there's a bunch of like rope fiber stuck in the teeth.
Like a bread knife?
No, like a big knife, like a steak knife.
I'm sorry, is a steak knife bigger than a bread knife?
Yes.
What?
I mean, some bread knives are longer than steak knives. Oh, are you thinking of like a large bread knife?
Yeah, like a bread.
Yeah, like a bread
Sorry,
knife.
I was thinking of a bread and butter knife. My mistake.
Oh, no.
That ain't a knife. This is a knife.
I was like, what?
Yeah. So
How much Jameson have you put in that beverage?
hitting a bit. I measured it out.
Yeah, what kind of steaks are you eating that your steak knives need to be bigger than bread knives?
Big ones.
Using a bread knife
Emu
to cut
steaks,
a-
Damien.
Emu steaks, minky
What
wow
can you say?
steaks.
It's a mature steak.
And so he's like, shit. I better not put my prints on this knife that took a life tonight. And that's when the cop busts in and he's like, you did it. I don't have to question shit. In fact, there's the knife that took a life tonight.
Tonight doesn't rhyme with life.
No,
That's a pretty good attempt, though.
You can try
no,
it.
knife and life rhyme.
Yeah,
going.
but
Keep
not
going.
Tonight is
tonight.
used as an
Keep going.
intensifier, Alex.
Keep
Learn
going.
your songwriting craft, miss.
Keep
I'm
going.
fine, thank you. I'll just continue with my raps.
And so the constable chains him to a nearby steamy pipe and puts the knife in an evidence bag.
Yep.
And the hero's like, someone is framing me. And the cop's like, I don't care. Tell that to the murderee. And
Murdery.
Yeah, like the person who got murdered.
Best got pissed on.
And
It's the pissy.
the main guy is like, I'm no murderer. And the constable's like, but you did kill her. And
This
so
is why I told you not to encourage him with
I
the
am
singing.
nailing this. And
Allegedly.
the...
I'm really regretting my stance.
What? You Benedict
When you piss
Arnold.
miss, sort of like his legs cramping. He just wants the beat to end.
I was for it for a while, but
Christ.
maybe not sing everything.
You mature age student are pissing me off. And so the constable leaves the
Excuse
cop
me.
around.
He is the manager of a well-equipped nerd
House.
heathen
Nerd Haven. Nerd Sanctuary.
sanctuary.
Yeah, let me in.
Mom can't make me go home from here.
So... And then the constable leaves him alone, and the guy's like, all right, well, I have to get out, and I have to find my phone if I want to escape the frame job, or I'll die alone.
What did the constable say?
You did it. I'm going to prove it. Stay here.
Well, that's a succinct song. Succinct? Succinct.
He sang a succinct song. So the stage guy finds some implements in his room in which to break the cuffs off, and he starts hunting around the other dressing rooms. And we get a fun, this is the middle third of the movie, which I'm just going to zoom over, as he goes room to room and interrogates all of his co-stars and finds out little tricks and clues about, the intricate relationships that he hasn't been paying attention to because he's been too busy to, he's been paying attention to his own stuff.
Do they all just musically introduce themselves one by one? Like cats?
Shut up.
Oh, I can ask questions?
You're gonna make him do it.
My name is Clarence, and I need to impress my parents.
God damn it. Harley, I'm trying to be your friend here.
You're not, though. You're trying to be my enemy.
Yeah, those are not the same thing.
Jeez, there's no middle ground here.
You see how that pen's in front of you? They could stab you in the urethra, and then who's gonna mature piss then?
Me.
Me, but in an owie way.
Yeah. Gee, I've never been threatened with being stabbed in the urethra before.
That's very specific.
Yeah. It was it came so quickly to your mind that it makes me worried.
My name is Rachel, and though you may say I'm stony, I'm just kind of going to get out of here and win myself a Tony. And then
What?
he gets to...
Stop letting him do this.
He gets to the
Be
room...
more authoritative with your mustache. Your mustache, is far superior to his.
Alex,
use it as authority.
Alex, you're on a timeout.
No, I'm never on a timeout.
You have to let me finish my pitch.
Oh, will you though?
If you let me,
You're
I will.
midway at
Okay,
best.
No,
okay.
I'm the final third.
Broad strokes.
Shut up.
Brother.
You sit down as well. You two are the same. You thought you could be
How
better
dare you?
by lecturing me, Damien, when really you
We're
and Alex
both
are the same.
now.
Good. Be insulted and suffer in silence together.
Rude.
Petulant.
See, he's got us now because you're in a hurry. So he's just like, maybe I will take longer. Yes.
Well,
So he gets to the co-star's room who died, and he finds
steal
his
this cup.
phone in there. And he's like, what? But this can't be. And then the constable breaks in saying, you're escaping custody. And then they have a scuffle, and it turns out that the constable was like the jealous ex-lover of the woman, and he was trying
Who
to frame
died?
the main guy for her murder. So fuck you both. That's the movie.
I don't
Cheers.
think we had to bring sexual interactions into it.
Okay, no need to be so aggressive. It's the movie.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, come
I
on now.
bought you dinner.
It's a creative safe space.
I was going to pay you back for that.
Well, you're welcome to.
Send me your banking details and I will.
I don't know. That's another level of relationship.
Not ready for that level of commitment.
That's too many.
We hope to see you soon for tea.
Well, that's my movie. I did some rhymes live. You're welcome.
I didn't hate it. It wasn't
Nothing
your worst.
about
It wasn't
the last
Moon Man.
20 minutes has given me the impression you're enjoying that at all.
That's the issue, though. 20 minutes.
Do you
This
know what? It was
podcast
20
is meant to
minutes.
go for 20 minutes.
It's meant to go
Was
for
it?
36 minutes.
36? No, I thought we were aiming for 20.
God, no, we're never going to get 20.
20 to 30. Well, not with your bloody pitches.
Well, not with your bloody interruptions. You were trying to blow Damien up.
I should blow him up. It was his own fault. He likes mature
Well,
pissing so much. He's
that
so
was-
embarrassed.
Stop
Look,
telling people.
Leave
Next.
Damien's fetishes out
But
of
I'm
this.
impressed from the first episode. You were like the little vanilla Manila who'd never been to Sexy Land before, and now look at you. You're into mature pissing because regular pissing is just too boring.
To be fair, I think I'm still that kind of tittering 16-year-old.
Come on, Damien. You got any feedback for
Where's
me,
the
or
big
you're
boy?
just done now?
You already gone?
No, I
No.
haven't gone.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
Feedback me. I did good. Give me validation or else.
Yeah, I mean, it was frame dropped.
Get no respect around here.
Well, it was like...
You know,
No, that's not true. We say your editing's good.
The song at the start of the movie should have been RSPCT, find out what it means to me.
I wouldn't have watched the movie, so that's
Alex, he's still pitching.
him.
Yeah.
Stupid
He's retro pitching.
What did you call me?
Stupid fuck. It's like a chicken. Fuck.
Is that the sound you think chickens make?
No, I've had chickens. I know what they sound like. The call of the devil.
Oh.
All right, guess whose turn it is? My turn because I picked one. Frame job disaster.
You can get in front of the microphone, please.
How does a
that's
disaster
too
frame
loud.
you?
Then pull yourself back.
I can't. My back broke.
Yikes.
All that.
Heckin' yikes, I guess.
RESPECT. Found out what disaster means to me. DISASTER. Who framed Roger Rabbit? Alright, someone is set
And
up
you were
for a crime they
complaining
didn't
about my
commit.
songs.
So I'm guessing the disaster is going to have to be the crime they didn't commit. Yo.
A bunch of people
Oh
got
my god,
together,
I've thought of something.
and they
Holy
all
shit.
maturely pissed, and it caused a flood.
Guys.
Drowned a town.
You're ready because that's what I'm using.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I regret this immensely.
Hold you, don't drink too much in one go.
Oh, no.
Damien, we're going on a journey.
Where we're going, we don't need bladders.
Plus no.
No, I'm joking, I'm not. Okay, somebody set up a crime they didn't commit. Have you ever heard that I'm obsessed with conspiracy theories?
Yes.
Doing the Titanic.
Wow.
Okay.
Titanic.
So someone's framing the iceberg.
No. No. I
Framing
wish I could
Captain
remember the
Smith?
names. Hang on. Oh no, I deleted
No.
it. Heck. Okay, I can't use my... I wrote an essay about this, so I can't remember
No,
the
you
names.
can't. No.
Drunk me wouldn't forget the names. Not drunk me wouldn't have forgotten the names. Alright, so... Alright, I'm not even going to go into the conspiracy theory. It's just going to weave in and you're just going to have to guess which bits are real, which bits are fake.
Yep.
It's all fake.
Alright, I'm just going to make up fake names so I don't get arrested.
Yep.
So, Matthew Davies owned the company who owned the company who owned the Titanic company.
Right.
And they had
Babies.
3 ships.
Mhm.
But at this point, they only had 1 ship. And now this 1 ship called the...
Skytanic.
No, called the... I
The
don't know.
Queen Victoria.
It's called something else, but I'm going to call it the Britannica.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now, the Britannica had a bit of a doozy with a army ship and had quite significant damage to her hull.
Right.
And while she was being repaired in the ship thing, she was also, the company was building their new amazing unsinkable ship called... Can you guys guess? Can you guys
Titanic.
guess? The Titanic. Am I right, boys?
No.
Now, the people in the town knew what was going on, and the builders of the ship also knew what was going on. That they were actually changing the Britannica to look like the Titanic, and they were building this new Titanic but putting the name Britannica on it so they could, you guessed it, intentionally sing the Britannica pretending to be the Titanic to get the insurance money for the
insurance money.
Titanic so they could continue on their company because they lost a lot of money when they accidentally hit that army ship.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So,
And killing a shipload of people will
yes.
save us.
So, as the Titanic's maiden voyage was coming up, they invited all the most richest people in the world to come and go on the Titanic.
Uh-huh.
But the people in the town who were meant to be, you know, the maids and the people working in the engine room all refused to go on the Titanic because they knew what was going to happen because, you know, all the builders had heard wind and could see what they were doing. And they were like, all right, fine, you didn't have to go on to this. Well, most of them, though. But they blackmailed and threatened them that if they ever admitted what was happening, they would kill them and their families. And they're like, whoa, this is crazy, yo. Choo, choo, we're out of here. We
It
ain't
wasn't
saying
real
shit.
until now.
So they get new people from further out areas. It's almost ready to get built. And it comes out on the big day. And all the famous people there. And it's all cheering. And the captain's there being all wavy, like, hello, I'm going to run this. I'm so excited to run this new Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
And people were taking photos of it, and everyone was really excited. And all the rich people got onto the ship, except for the guy who runs the company, who runs the Titanic company.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Except for another couple of guys who want to do the American bank, but we won't go into that stuff.
What?
But some key very rich American people, and some key rich American people who disagree with these other key rich American people. These guys who disagree, they got on the ship. The people who agreed with some stuff, for some reason, was sick or ill or just didn't show up. And some key people who really should have been on the ship and had their own special rooms didn't get on the ship. And the captain's like, they're like, yes, I'm so proud of my ship. I'm ready to run amok and, you know,
Set sail.
Set sail and create this new level of Titanicanism. And they all get on and they're choo-chooing off and everyone's really happy. And they're going and the captain's really happy. And they sort of start talking about why all the people in the town This is in the like captain's play. No, yeah, captain run the ship, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, the captain people like sort of talking about like, oh, you know why? No, like the coal people from the original ships would like get on this ship, right? Like, yeah, because there's like this theory that like, you know, it's gonna run aground and it's like haunted and stuff. They're like, no, man, it's not haunted. It's saying that like this is gonna crash. This was all gonna happen together. And they're like, oh, you're ridiculous. This is silly. And as they were going into this night thing, the captain's like in charge, who was genuinely just trying to run a good ship. He was told nothing. He's chewing along, and he sees that his like instruments and stuff aren't working quite correctly, and he's like, "What's going on? Like, I want to go ahead." And they start going forward, and he hits the iceberg, and he's like, "That hurts my feelings."
You do worse to me. Like, don't pretend you have feelings.
Should have had that Macca's burger. He hits the iceberg and he's like, no, Jonathan Matthews, whatever I named him. You arsehole, like, you've done this to me. Like, it's true, the Britannica...
The rumors are true.
Britannica, this is the real
He rips
ship.
off the label Titanic next to his controls and says Britannica underneath.
Yeah, it's like, no! And so he's trying to save everyone and get them out. And he's like, come on, get out. They're like, no, this is... And, you know, very... very genuine Titanic movie, and they're like all trying to escape and
the
stuff.
The tragedy part where
and
everyone
he's
dies.
like, no, like I will not. Like everyone's gonna say this was my fault. Like I'm going down the ship. Like I'm not gonna live to be the one who sank the Titanic.
When you say it was GG, but actually it was BG.
What's BG stand?
Bad game.
Oh no, good game.
But does he want to go down with his ship instead of telling everyone the truth, like surviving and telling everyone the
Because
truth?
who would believe him? This multi-millionaire person who runs pretty much any company in that area, or this one captain dude that they got to run their ship for the first time?
Yeah, here's hearsay against hearsay. Sounds 50-50 to me.
Okay.
No one's going to believe that captain. Everyone's going to be like, so captain, why'd you hit that stupid iceberg, you dickhead? And he's like, no, it was some kind of like crazy insurance scam. They'd be like, oh, okay, how convenient for you, captain, the guy that would take the blame off.
Him. So he goes down with the ship, and he's like trying to write like memoirs of like what happened and like expose it and like try and give it to some little kid to like get it to the news.
So, you just ridiculed me for the captain trying to tell the truth. And here we have him in the middle of his ship sinking, trying to write memoirs.
No, he's trying to write the truth, but he's like, I would rather die with the ship, which like, is just like captain's code, which is a thing. It is a thing, but he still wanted the like truth to get out. Yeah, so he's like trying to help him get it out, and he's like trying to save as many people as he can as the captain. Yeah, and then it like ends, and like some little kid like gives it to a newsagent person, and there's like a guy who like taps on his shoulder, and he's like, "Give that to me, or like I'll end your life." And he's like, "Okay, have it."
How did you find out about that?
Because there's like people like he owned the monopoly. Like the reason why he also did that was like to start like the American bank. And
Just as a quick one on that with the captain, is it the case that like the captain goes down with the ship if it's like there's not enough lifeboats or not everyone can get off, and it's like if anyone has to sacrifice themselves, it's the captain?
Yeah.
Or is it
if
like
everyone survives, the captain can survive.
all
But
right, so it's not like
can't-
if it's sinking like in the harbour and it's like really easy for everyone to just like walk off the ship before it sinks, the captain doesn't have to be like, well, I guess I die.
No, it's not like that. It's like
So he doesn't have to die.
It's like, yeah, I'm running this. Like, yeah, if everyone survives, he can. Like,
He can survive.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
sure.
That's what I
He's like the
understand
last
from it.
one
Yeah,
to survive.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like if half the Titanic has to die, then he can't just.
Then he has to die, yeah.
Yeah.
So is the ending of your movie just the ending of Titanic? Like with the ship sinking and everyone...
No, it's like later when they get back to the harbour and the little kid's like giving it to the newsletter
Right.
guy, like they said, and they're like, it's sort of like perpetuating.
But there was that
conspiracy theory.
other ship that like came nearby and then didn't rescue anyone, right?
Yeah, because they put out the thing. They just thought they were doing fireworks.
Yeah, but that could be part of it.
Oh
could be part
yeah,
of this
that
too.
was set up as well. They're like, do not go to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we can add that in as well. That they like had the notes. That, like they're like, that's like we're gonna go save that ship. He's like, that's the Titanic. He's like, what do you mean? And they're like, no, like we're not allowed. We can't. And they're like,
That ship
as he
could
like slides him $100 bill.
that ship could have been the real Titanic if they're sinking the Britannia.
Yeah.
The real
I wonder
Titanic
what
could have
it-
been nearby.
I think it starts with Olympia. Olympia was the real.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. TM. No, I didn't. Britannica. This is all made up. Don't kill me.
Original idea, do not steal.
Don't kill me, 107-year-old conspiracy.
Yeah. Have you? I don't know if you've heard. I'm really into this, but like a lot of people who were like those dock people who like fixed it and they like refused to work as like coalsmen and stuff because they knew it was going to happen, sort of thing. a lot of them on their deathbeds allegedly like admitted like yes that was true and we were like threatened with death and like
Nah, the rich guy said it's K, so it's K.
Who?
The rich guy. He said it's fine, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
I know, allegedly though, but like that's like pretty cool. Like out of all the conspiracies, that's the one that most interests me because I feel like there's nothing about aliens, there's nothing about people coming from other planets and like controlling the
Human
humans.
greed is a very believable conspiracy
Yeah.
motivator.
But the company that made the Titanic went bankrupt. Like,
Yeah,
they didn't
no,
make-
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
But he
sinking
also
shit with
his
thousands of
thing
people
was
on
like
it.
also him sort of monopolizing the like American money. I suppose I can't really.
It's
explain
like
it very
when
well.
airlines, when medium to small airlines have a crash, right? Even though their planes are insured, they immediately just like declare bankruptcy and fold up because no one wants to fly them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, cool, they get some money back, but they don't make a profit because their company just stops operating.
Yeah. Declare bankruptcy as an immediate
But
action.
they did build a third ship after that, didn't they? Or was it already built?
You're asking the wrong person.
I'm not sure.
Because I know
I've
they had 3 ships. 'cause-
heard this
I didn't
conspiracy
know that. I
before,
thought
but
Titanic just had a sister ship.
yeah, that's what I heard was that there was 2 ships and
If
they
you
swapped
give
the
me 3
names.
seconds, I can get up what the name of the third one was.
All right, well, you do that while I'm.
Because I have
shuffling around for
I have an
Trump.
Instagram conspiracy theory page I used to write,
Huh.
which I know I deleted it. 'Cause
Okay,
I was like,
so
I'm
I've-
better than this.
She lied. I've got a frame job in the.
Is it erotica?
It's not erotica. God damn. I can see erotica now in the hat.
Gigantic was the third one. Olympic, Titanic, Gigantic.
I feel like they
Well, they really went in for
ran
the
out
subtle
of
names.
naming ideas for the third one.
Check out my big ship.
What was your fucking genre again?
Cat and mouse.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
Frame job, cat and mouse.
There you go. There you go. Here's
Hit
an
us with your best shot about mutual pissing.
here's an underarm bowl Damon. Hit your 6. Do it.
Roll it along the floor so you can only get a 1, and then everyone in the state will hate you forever.
Oh man, I had something. I thought of something and then lost it. Give me a sec.
You're never gonna find it again, sir.
That's what they said about. No, actually, I'm
So Alex, how much?
Gee,
How do you?
Rough.
So Alex, while Damien thinks,
okay.
how did you become such an expert on mature pissing?
Well, I watched a TV show and they referenced it once, or twice, I suppose, and I just think it's funny. And he finds it really funny, and I find that funny that he finds it so funny. That's what I've got for you,
Okay, fair enough.
Damien. Why do you find mature pissing so funny?
It just took me by surprise. This is funny.
Sorry, continue. What did you have again?
It's
Cat and
Cat
mouse.
and mouse.
cat and mouse frame job.
So you could literally do Ben and Jerry.
As
No,
a
not
fr-
Ben
as
and Jerry. Tom and Jerry.
Ben and
You
Jerry's
could do the ice cream.
Yeah.
Jerry's like, I want to go work for Baskin and Robbins, and Ben's like, Nah, dog, it ain't going down like that.
Oh, a fun fact. When I was in Japan, not Japan, I was nowhere near Japan. I've never been to Japan. When I was in Vietnam,
Yep.
we were in this one province that was like so isolated. Like no one spoke English. Everyone just stared at us like, and the guy I was with was like 2 meters and a bit. Like he's very tall. I don't know us in feet. But he's a very, very tall guy. And we're the only white people. We were there for like quite a few days. We did not see another white person, not even someone who could speak English. And everyone was just staring at us. And the only place we could go where people spoke English was Baskin and Robbins because they had that all through Vietnam. But like people to work there had to speak English.
Okay.
And when we just like couldn't figure something out, we would go there because we knew they spoke English.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty clever of you.
Yeah.
Also,
And we also
weird-
had the ice cream once, and it was okay.
but they have
it was like
31
it was very
flavors.
it was not there, but they had very westernized, like ice cream
Oh,
compared
yeah.
to like any Vietnamese.
Yeah,
food.
chains translate pretty well.
Yeah, but what was crazy that was the one that was through everywhere. Like you literally, that place was literally untouched by Western culture,
Except for the Baskin and
for
Robbins.
this one Baskin and Robbins, like nowhere near anywhere. And it's like the beach was just covered in these massive statues of like Ho Chi Minh and all these other people, and
Yeah.
like they had these giant billboards that were very, like we're gonna get like murdered and arrested and like put in like lots of weird shit, like. But like this just one very
Baskin.
westernized store.
This one bastion of Western civilization.
I'm more surprised when I see chains that aren't McDonald's. Like I expect McDonald's everywhere I go, but when you see
I didn't
chains
really see
like
them there as well. That was funny too.
I think McDonald's has either the second or third most chains out of any fast food franchise.
Probably the first.
No, Subway has the most. They have like 4,000 more than...
Is it like per
McDonald's.
country or just
No,
in
no,
general?
raw numbers
Yeah,
total.
because I feel like Macca's probably reaches the most countries.
Quite possibly, but Subway has physically more locations.
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
The
if
best
I saw
location
it
I've
at
ever seen
McDonald's.
is like literally just outside the pyramids. Is a Pizza Hut, like a double-story Pizza Hut, and you can sit in the Pizza Hut and like look
Is
at
the
the
pizza
pyramids.
better than regular Pizza Hut, or is it the same crap?
No, it's the same.
Oh, that's
crap.
really weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't know what you expect from an Egypt Pizza Hut,
Yeah,
but like I definitely went and ate pizza there.
yeah. I would have thought that because it's so isolated, that the pizza might actually be a bit better.
Nah,
than
because
what
they're
it is
like
here.
they solely cater to like
Western
Western
tourists.
people.
tourists, like they're
But
right
they're
at the
so
entrance
close
the
to
pyramids.
Italy, where pizza
Egypt.
comes from. It's closer to Italy than we are.
Yeah, but I don't think Pizza Hut is like
They just sail across the Mediterranean.
I don't think Pizza Hut is like the closer to Italy we get, the more
Wait,
authentic we get.
Egypt?
Yeah, Egypt's like, then there's the Mediterranean Bay and then there's Italy over there.
Is that where the Mediterranean bit goes
Yeah.
through?
It's that bit.
Holy shit, I got it right.
Ooh.
Yes, go me. I'm
Was
the
I thought
best.
it
Yeah,
was
the Mediterranean
straight
is
on.
that whole sea that's like below Europe, and then like the Middle East, and then Africa.
Yeah.
It's like that little like, scoop of water. That
Yeah.
whole bit. That's the Mediterranean.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Thanks, Lockie, Josh, and Co. I got that from playing Axis and Allies that
There
time.
you go.
I learned stuff. My friend Paul controlled the Mediterranean with Italy's surprisingly vast fleet of ships. Until Germany lost out and he was like, oh, I guess I'm on my own now.
Tall tales, but true.
Yep. That's how history will won. So, who's your cat, who's your
Damn
mouse?
it! I had it again, and then I'm
Oh,
talking about
for
Pizza
Come
Hut.
on, Damien.
Okay, no.
Better than this.
Okay, so my frame job is going to be, it's going to be set during the investiture contest in
what?
Oh God, you guys. It's going to be basically.
Skeet skeet.
It's going to be set in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
and there's going to be a central conflict set up between the papacy, so the Vatican Church, the Catholic Church,
Pizza Hut and the McDonald's.
and the Holy Roman Empire.
Right.
Did you hear that? Like the Pope said that masturbation isn't a sin anymore.
What? That's not true.
And
Yeah,
all
there's,
those...
There's like a meme where it's like
Catholics
sister
can
on
stop
me.
lying.
Like, I knew it.
Is that true? He didn't say that.
Allegedly, I can get the meme out if you
Stop.
want.
Is he the cool new pope who's making all the cool
No,
fun
he's not a
things?
cool new pope. He's a conservative.
What's that mean?
That bro.
If he says like jacking off ain't a sin, like I'm with him. I ain't a hater potato. That's my cake. Where is it? I'm gonna get you this meme. You keep talking, but
All right, you bring up Pope masturbation stories. I'll kick on
Found
this.
it.
Okay.
That was lightning quick, folks. I did not edit that time at all. That was live.
You can read it out if you want for the
Pope Francis says that masturbation is no longer a sin, and it's a picture of someone I want to guess from Lord of the Rings. Me, who's been masturbating for 16 years. I knew it!
Isn't that Thor?
Isn't that Thor?
Is it?
Yeah,
you
I'm pretty
kidding
sure that's
me?
Thor.
Looks like Boromir.
What?
He's
looks
a-
like
That's
like
the, that's
Boromir.
that, like Australian guy that does Thor. What's the Australian guy that does Thor?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, I think it's him.
Oh yeah, I guess that's Thor from Endgame because it looks like a 240p rip. I guess. Sorry, I'm bad at recognizing faces as is. So this one ain't on me.
Jeez.
You're like,
Boromir.
that doesn't look like Thor. That's not
Also,
Thor.
I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, so
Wow.
Boromir is one of them, right? All right, so the Roman Empire is playing cat and mouse with the
Okay.
papacy.
No, not the Roman Empire. The Catholic Church
Mm-hmm.
and the Holy Roman Empire, which is basically
Amateur business.
proto-Germany. Oh God, plebs. Okay, the Knights Templar is set up in Europe, and their power base is like very well established, and they're no longer actively crusading, but they control vast swathes of land and wealth, and the church and the feudal kingdoms are jealous of their power. So the church has the Grand Marshal of the Templar Order framed for a horrific crime. So there's like a bunch of dead bodies and some like kind of devil worship stuff in his chambers, and he gets arrested. Like he wakes up and there's all this stuff in his chambers and he gets arrested. and his number 2 knight has to kind of take over the order. And they'd be like, I knew this guy. He was a bro. He wasn't into any of this. Like, he wasn't into devil worship and orgies. Like,
Mature pissing.
Or mature pissing. There was like a bunch of like grannies and like wet sheets everywhere, and it was a mess. And he was like, no, that wasn't his kink. He said timidly.
Unknowingly.
I know what his kink was.
Anal. Is that a kink though? Says Damien confusingly.
Pope Francis says it's not a Christian. What of it?
Yeah. I knew it.
So he suspects that it's been framed. So he's like kind of launches this investigation to like try and work out what's been going on. And he tracked down an agent of the church who he thinks was involved, and he like visited and like made kind of sinister remarks. And then he like tries to track him down, and he follows him all the way to the Vatican. And he's like, wait, how high does this go? Like, this wasn't an isolated incident. And then he finds that he was reporting directly to like Pope Innocent. And was like, aha.
Ooh, innocent.
Like,
very Italian.
Pope Innocent was directly involved. He was trying to sabotage the Knights Templar. So, like, now I have to I know all this information. I have to get it back to him. And then he kind of gets recognized on his way out of the Vatican. And then he begins to get hunted by the same person that set him up. And there is some, like, twists and turns. The Knight Templar is like better at combat because he's a knight and he can just fight anyone and like see off bandits with his sword and whatever. So he's like physically stronger. But then this agent is better at like espionage and sneaky stuff. So he can send like other like kind of sleeper agents against him, and he can organize things and
turn birds against him.
Yeah. It's kind of like he can kind of wander hither and yon, and he can strike unseen. And so there's the central conflict is between this de facto master of the Knights Templar who can call on these Templar orders, and he's got as much like martial strength as he needs, versus this kind of like espionage like ring. And then there's a few back and forths, and he manages to kind of like kill one of the agents and figure out where their base of operations is. And
that's a step in the right direction.
Yes. And he gathers the Knights Templar and goes there, but are expecting that, and they rig it to blow, and they like explode it and kill a bunch of the Knight Templars, but not before they find out where their other base is, because they managed to snatch some documents before the whole thing goes up, and by luck a few of them like survive because they didn't quite all get blown up. And they go to that other base of operations and round them all up and slaughter a bunch of them and get all the documents, and then they take it to the Pope Innocent, and they're like, here's all this evidence, your agent has been acting against us, and he framed our High Templar. And the Pope's like, what? I didn't authorize any of this. What?
Who, me? No,
like,
I'm just
these guys
pissant.
These guys are all dickheads. I excommunicate them all. They're all cut. Like, I promised to never do anything like that again. I mean, I didn't do anything. Because I don't have anything that incriminates the Pope himself, just his agents. And he's like, yes.
Whoa. Are you trying to say here that he actually did that? Are you trying to hint a little hinty hint that maybe the Pope has something to do with it?
Yeah, maybe the Pope would speak.
Maybe I did, maybe
I
didn't.
So innocent.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, and he's pretty like kind of ambiguous. So he's like kind of has all these claims, and he has to like he gets forced to publicly like embrace the Knights Templar and be like, no, they're good guys, and like these people that were trying to frame them, they're bad dudes, and actually then the head of their order should be totally released.
Heckin' naughty boys.
Yeah, they're naughty boys. So they get released, and it's a happy ending for the Knights Templar. But then they're like, but the tensions are not fully over between the Catholic Church and the Knights Templar. In fact, in a few years, maybe something worse will happen. The end. Because they will get killed by the Catholic Church in a few years.
No, they shouldn't have tried to blackmail the Pope.
I guess not.
That's what my mum always said.
Can't the Pope... Really? That's very specific advice.
If you don't blackmail someone, don't blackmail the Vatican.
Can't the Pope just, no matter what happened, say, well, God told me it was going to be like that? So...
God be like that sometimes.
Well, in theory, but like it's all political. And it's all optics and stuff. It was actually a really interesting time in history because previously the Catholic Church...
Because Jesus was alive like 3 days beforehand.
the Catholic Church had been like kind of the
Even I know
dominant.
that's wrong.
They're still reeling.
The Catholic Church had been like the dominant top-down power structure.
Yeah.
But then like the kind of the nation states and the Holy Roman Empire and the Knights Templar and stuff provided the kind of like alternative hierarchies. So it was kind of like this weird kind of like jockeying for position of like, well, who really controls the power? Like, and it came down to like, well, who has the wealth and who has like the kind of the ear of the people and whatever. So it's interesting times. It's not quite as clear cut as being like, nah, I'm heaps the representative of God. What of it?
Oh my god, are we stuff you should know?
No, we're better.
'Cause that's stuff I'm not gonna remember.
It's not the stuff you should know. I want to diss your interest because it sounds like you're generally interested in that, but
No, I actually liked it. I feel like that's something that like you'd have to obviously put more information in for people who already don't know. As well
Yeah,
as
you have to
do.
load it in.
Yeah.
Maybe like kind of an intro, setting the scene type dealy.
Yeah. Like, but like, yeah, that's something that like if I saw that as a movie, I wouldn't be like, that's dumb. Like I could be like, oh yeah, that sounds like it's got a good beginning, middle, and end.
Cool.
Like I'm listening. Disney, call me up, boo.
Cool,
Disney's like, I ain't fucking touching it.
that's my cat and mouse frame job. Historical styles, as always.
Yeah. Don't vomit. Come on, we're so close to
I'm
Finn.
not vomiting. I was just burping.
I'm not vomiting.
There's
I'm
so
just
many
mature
bubbles.
pissing.
Out of my mouth.
If it's yellow, let it mellow.
If it's brown, flush it down. Subscribe to Waterfall Stories on YouTube. Like Waterfall Stories on Facebook. Follow Surprise Synopses on Twitter at...
Surprise Synopses.
Share us with a friend. There's still straw polls in the comments below. Vote for you who thought had the best one of these.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even remember what I did. Country road, taking me home. If you guys like didn't listen to these in sync, the last like this episode plus the last 4, we've been like drinking. So at this point now, we've been drinking for like 5 hours.
So
plus.
concludes the marathon.
Yeah.
So if we
like we're pretty
just
cut.
sound like
I'm
we're
so tired.
like Alex was like, don't get half cut and talk shit about me, and I was like, I'm not gonna be half cut. I'm gonna be more than that. I was right. We are more than half cut.
Yeah, that was like 4 episodes ago. You
Yeah.
definitely talk shit about him.
Yeah, we are well the cut.
You sound like fully cut.
Yeah, I know. Lucky I'm not driving. Broom, get in my car. Broom, broom. Aw.
The great part is I just have to go down a flight of stairs, then I'm home.
Had a minor collision with Harley's house.
Aww, I need that.
I need that for living. Goodbye, my SASMR friends.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, my lover.
But not forever, just for like relatively soon.
Goodbye,
Yeah,
my
it's
friend.
not an end of season.
Yeah,
Calm down. Calm down.
Till the next week, because that's how time works in Podland land.
Podland land. Oh, that's cute.
Surprise and nope.